Live. Hello everybody, sorry for the kind of pause and stop and start there. We had somebody not show up. We've brought in the reserve, so we've now got a new bracket, hot off the press. The bracket is A1 Sisyphos is now our top seed, and he is facing Spike 26, who was actually positioned 10th in the Swiss because position 9th didn't show up either. Then Yotenka is playing Hammy Striker, Viz is playing Kalala, and Maxi1230 is playing Betrayal for Life. So that's shaking everything up. People who were scouting their opponents will have been very surprised by all this. And poor Mr. Rager, if he wasn't raging before, he's going to be seriously raging now. But what can you do? You set a time, can't wait forever. So, it's away. I guess we shall watch. Who do you want to watch? Well, I know the heroes, so I think probably it would be interesting to see. We can see how Sissy and Spike get on. The new top seed. What do you think?
That sounds fine to me. They just started the game a few seconds ago, so.
All right, I'll just get into that. I can't remember. It's Sisyphos. Foss, that's I think. Sisyphos. Right. There we go. Okay, I'll jump in now.
It's going to be a Rainbow Mirror.
A Rainbow Mirror. Okay, let's see what happens in the Rainbow Mirror. And this is all best of 5. I'll just remind people in the channel that this is all best of 5. By the way, good luck, have fun. Right, cool. So a Rainbow versus Rainbow. Rainbow is pretty synonymous with Sisyphos, I think.
Yeah, I usually play him a lot, at least in Dark Prophecies and Dark Prophecies.
So he should be the master. I don't know who Spike 26 is. He must have been a backer of the original physical pre-order. That's why he's got the little star there in front of his name. So he's been around a while. Do you know anything of this guy?
Not really. I don't think I've seen him much around. I don't recall at least seeing him around.
Okay, so relative unknown. And he came 10th yesterday. I can't remember whether he was playing Rainbow yesterday.
Okay, I don't. I'm not sure about playing Garage in a Rainbow match, but sure, if your opponent plays Harbinger of something, then it helps. But otherwise, it's just 3 card advantage for your opponent.
Yeah, that one is probably going to snuff it next turn.
Yeah, that one's going to die, pretty sure.
But he didn't know he was going to face Rainbow. Oh, you mean you wouldn't even use it in your own Rainbow?
Yeah, I'm not sure if I would have played it right now.
Oh, right, because he knows he's facing a Rainbow. Right, okay. So that could just be that he didn't have anything better.
Yeah, because now he's down 2 cards compared to Sisyphos. Sisyphos has a card on the board even, so he's basically down 3 cards almost, but well, Tricom ties to Rainbow. So he's down a bit, but yeah, it's not great. All Garage ever did was put 2 damage on the other Rainbow and 4 on himself, 4 on his own, and it saved 4 damage from his own Rainbow because he didn't get hit by the ability.
Our friend who streamed yesterday, Knights, I've forgotten his full name now. He can't join us today. I was just typing to him that we're streaming it, so we're all sorted. Thanks to him for streaming yesterday. We'll get his highlights up on YouTube as well. If anybody that missed them or wants to see them. Back to this. So that's nice there, having Disciple on the board, and she is immune to the entire of Rainbow's ability. The whole thing. So his damage will not get through to her at all. She can be targeted, but she won't take any damage.
Oh, by the way, for the people who didn't know my name, I'm Mip.
Oh, sorry, man. Yeah, BP Mip.
I didn't introduce myself either, so
I don't even know if I introduced myself, but it's on my channel, so I guess there's a clue. Maybe people know me. Yes, Mip was with me last weekend?
Yeah, last weekend.
It's all a blur, yeah. Past 3 weekends are quite a blur. By the end of the grand finals, it'll be super blurry. Right, so Disciples going at it. Taking out that weapon already. Oh, with the crossbow, yeah. It's a great call there.
Yeah, I think Sisyphus is really quite far ahead in this game. If it wasn't Disciple of Ultimate but another 4 health ally, then Spike could easily come back with something like Fury and Terror and his ability, but now he has, well, issues because he either needs to start using weapons or other things to kill the Disciple. If he can't use Rainbow's ability, then it becomes hard to take down the 4 health ally immediately, because now he can't use just Rainbow's ability plus Trigon or something. Now he has to actually do 4 damage just with allies or weapons, instead of just relying on Rainbow's ability.
The poison arrow was pretty handy there. That slowed it down, but it's going to wake up soon.
Yeah, it's now going to slowly die, but
no attack from Sisyphos. Just saving his weapon in case another one hits, I guess.
Yeah, most Rainbow Mirrors tend to be a long game, so you're not in a rush to beat the opponent down. And now he also has the weapon on board to deal with the ally, because now you can use Rainbow ability plus ally, so that's an advantage to saving the ally, because if you can consolidate a solid board advantage and solid advantage of cards in your hand, then you're going to win, so you want to mostly preserve those things instead of throwing those things away only for a little bit of damage on the hero, because with Soul Seeker for both of them, well, I'm not sure if Sisyphus has it because he also had the other weapon, but you can expect quite a bit of heal and mostly low attack allies, like the Disciple, the Garage, the DMP. That's going to take quite a while to bring the other hero down. It's not like you can finish up with double Fireball unexpectedly, so doing early damage isn't that important.
Right, another sturdy ally hits the board. Yeah, I should look into what he used yesterday to see if it's the same deck. How can I do that? Alright, I'll do that in the background.
Okay.
Now, because Sisyphos used Moonstalker yesterday, which I think surprised a lot of people, I wonder whether Spike was thinking he was going to run into a Moonstalker now. Would have Banebow been a good call against Moonstalker?
It depends a bit on the type of Moonstalker. Versus Undead, you're still having problems because of the because it halves Rainbow's offensive ability with its ability, because it only does 1 damage, and then it's going to be quite a pain to clear out Undead allies. So Rainbow versus Moonstalker, I say sure fine, but Rainbow versus Undead Moonstalker is quite a different matter.
True. Foiled DMT on the board. Let's see, he hasn't played a lot of games in 2.88. I know that much.
Sisyphus or Spike? Or
Spike. Sorry, Spike hasn't played many. And his deck yesterday was... Oh, it was Banebow. So I think he's just using the same as yesterday. Don't know for sure because people only locked in their heroes and not the. They didn't submit me a list, but their deck is locked now. So you may well have changed it.
Well, I think Sisyphus is in quite a great position. He has his Brides in Outwater of the Forest. He has 2 allies. He has a way to deal with a weapon mostly, or just mostly with a weapon. I didn't even read the full description, but it can also deal with an opponent's Wrath of the Forest, Reap of the Crossbow.
Yeah, it'll take down the armor faster as well. Yeah.
Well, if he now plays a Furion Terror, then the Furion Terror will still die, but at least it will slow down the damage he's taking, because taking 7 damage this turn, if he decides to save his bone, that's going to put him on something like a 3-turn clock. Especially now with the Disciple Bounty. Sure, you can take quite a bit of early damage, but don't go overboard with it.
A Furion Terror now would be reasonably helpful because you can save that ability up, but otherwise we know that 2 of those threats are going to die, save like 7 damage.
At least the DMP was played after the Shadow Knight, so it should be on top, so that at least Sisyphus can't start a Shadow Knight loop. That should save him at least a little bit of a hassle. If I recall the ordering correct, that's the DMP is on top, so at least he can't start a Shadow Knight loop, because a Shadow Knight loop now would just bring too much pain to Spike.
Oh wow, Mr. Rage has just posted on the forum. He was late.
We know he's late because he wasn't there.
Yeah, he's not even in an IRC. He's saying, so, I hope that's not the bracket you're using. Well, yeah, it is, because we had to take you out.
Well,
But I really hate to do this stuff, but for God's sake, show up on time. Learn what GMT is. Don't go out boozing.
Basically, it was the same time as yesterday. So even if he was on time yesterday, then he knows what time this was, because it was 4 p.m. GMT. I don't quite blame you. It was even exactly the same time as yesterday.
Alright, Sam's just posted that he was the no-show. Yeah, well, you can't even know, like, get in contact with the person to say, hey, I sent him an email. Other people PM'd him. Back to this game, it looks like Sisyphus is doing pretty awesome.
Yeah, he's really far ahead.
If it's any consolations of Mr. Rager, he will be the first reserve for the grand finals if any of the 4 from this don't show up, because he was the top seed.
Yeah. But I don't think we will have another no-show during the finals, or at least I...
So there could be a power cut, an abduction, a family held at ransom kind of situation. Who knows?
Yeah, I'm not going to quote the odds on that. But
let's hope for none of that. So, Sisyphus won that one. Maybe we should dip into a different game.
Okay, what other matchups are interesting? I don't know the heroes because I didn't get them submitted to me.
Oh, right. Well, Sisyphus and Spike are both using Bainbow, as we saw. Yotenka has an Amber facing a Victor. Do you want to have a look at that? The other options are Amber versus Eladar or Moonstalker Mirror.
I don't think we want to see the Moonstalker Mirror yet. I expect that might go on for a while.
Depends what type of one. Should we have a look at Yotenka then?
Okay.
BP Yotenka. They started 2 minutes ago. Yotenka took the first one. So, yeah, I will jump in now.
Okay, me too. We should be almost synchronized. So
Mr. Rage is mad. He's raging, of course.
Is he really mad or just making a
Well, I would be really mad at myself and just the world in general. He showed up on IRC now. Finally. How long were you meant to wait for a no-show? I decided 20 minutes. Wow, these boards look great. Snow and stuff.
Okay, he thought he was 18 minutes early, but he was apparently 40 minutes late.
Well, he showed up on RC 42 minutes late.
Yeah, he thought he was 18 minutes early.
Well, you know, GMT.
You'd be surprised how many people have achieved with it. Now, this game seems to be progressing about as every Amber versus Victor ever goes. We have Victor with his Bobcat and Amber with her Blood Frenzy and her Judas 3.
For whatever reason he's late. How... Right, yeah, okay, so I guess he's saying we should have waited.
Well, I'll just, if you...
You can commentate on this and I'll
just
talk to him.
Well, it seems that your tank guys just used up the last of his ankle breaker. If his opponent has a Legend Rises for his Bobcat, he could be in a lot of trouble because that will instantly kill his Peaceful Messenger. Well, at least he can now kill the other Peaceful Messenger because he played down the Alden. So, a Bobcat with the Legend Rises could also kill the Alden. There is not a card in the graveyard yet for Victor to return to his hands now early. Because there was no early Hunter's Gambit or anything, so once the Bobcat dies, you can bring that back, but the Crippling Blow currently stops that. And I don't think your tanker will choose to kill it just to give Victor card advantage by giving it back to him in his hand. He might get the... he might kill the Bobcat once Victor has a Hunter's Gambit on top of the graveyard just to mess with his plans, but I'm not quite sure. Oh, that's the Hunter's Gambit. And I think he's hoping to make a nice draw. That's why he's probably going to try to use that to destroy Amber's Blood Frenzy. That could be quite a useful trick to stop the emergency card advantage which Amber would otherwise be getting. And that's reserve weapon, so that should return the 4 damage to the stream, making sure that the Twilight Ritualist will die before it can affect Blood Frenzy. That's third one. That should at least prevent the returning from Bobcats to Victor's hands by as long as Spirit Thorn is on the board. But there's no Bobcat in the graveyard, only the Hunter's Gambit. But now there might be a Bobcat in the graveyard next turn if he decides to play it, and he decides to try to get rid of Blood Frenzy again, or at least stall for a bit. I don't think it helps that much because while Amber has Blood Frenzy, she doesn't mind the small erase because Victor has no board wipe, so she can just keep on flooding the board with ally after ally after ally. I have no clue what exactly is in your tanker's deck, but I recommend a lot of cheap allies and some weapons. And Blood Frenzy, of course. And he's thinking about it. He's probably deciding whether he should keep taking some of the damage on his hero because he's still putting down with block frenzy, or whether he should take some damage on some of his allies. And there's the expected flow of allies. This could be a major pain for Victor to deal with. Let's see what he decides to remove. Probably just one of the ritualists. It shouldn't matter that much for this matchup because I don't think Victor has graveyard recursion or normal allies. He might have Honor Death, which is about the only thing card that I can think of that could matter whether or not he has a certain amount of allies in his graveyard or what allies. But it's in cases like this, if you're playing to qualify the World Championship, I'd also be rather safe than sorry and just start removing stuff on graveyard. Because there's no way it's anyway positive if there are more cards in his graveyard. And there's some Gambit with Bobcat, killing off the Alden. He might just decide to use his Dangerous Oracle now on the Bobcat to get it down. To quit taking damage on his hero because he's currently down to 17. It's not risky yet, but if Victor gets bow out, he can do quite a bit of damage. And you don't want to lose with a full board, a full hand, just because Blood Frenzy takes you down to 0. So another crippling blow on the Bobcat. I'm not entirely sure I 100% agree with it. It might be better to just kill it with by suiciding Tainted Opening it and hitting it into the screen, just to make sure that a ally is on top, Hunter ally is on top of Victor's graveyard, and then Victor can't return the Hunter ally, and he also won't get back the Hunter's Gambit because it isn't the top Hunter card anymore. So that might be better. I'm not saying it is, but it might have been my preference. And he's deciding to start hitting the Bobcat now anyway. Right. And he's starting to remove stuff again from graveyard. Or not, and maybe he misclicked. I need to move stuff from graveyard out. And he misclicked. Oh, the excitement.
Right, so Mr. Rage is rightfully annoyed about it, made a mistake, wants to quit the game because of this situation. Fair enough, it's got bad. If it's making him feel bad, so bad about the game, he wants to quit. Fair enough, it'd be a shame. Seems like he's going now, so I can get back to commentating on this. You've done a great job along the way.
Yeah. Well, it seems that your tanker decided to kill the Bobcat, even though it had a crippling blow on it, just to make sure that a ally was the top Hunter card for the Spirit Warden, just to start messing with.
Right, yeah, there's that. There's the ALR possibility can't happen now either, if anybody's running that.
Yeah, most victors run like one or two of ALR, just because it's great to get rid of some of these cheap disables, especially since I now also see a Sailing Crusader, so that's another reason to pack some extra attachment if you can get them cheap. I hadn't seen one before in this game, but now I know for sure that he's packing Sailing Crusader, as is quite expected for Victor, so he is actually packing attachment, so that would make it even more likely than his election prizes. So far, the game seems to be pretty much in favor of Ember. I'm not quite sure how Victor would turn it around. Next turn he's dead if he... no, he's not quite dead. He has 5 damage on board because his weapon just got destroyed. But okay, next turn he's dead if he doesn't deal with at least one of the allies with a weapon.
Yeah. Tough one.
And since he has no mask board wipe, it could be hard. The weapon is still almost full durability. He could do something with his ability and Raven's Gambit and Hasted Bobcat, but still it would only be delaying it because Amber can beat him down in like 2 turns with a board deck weapon next turn. But he's going to try. And he got a card back. Guess the Bobcat wasn't the top card anymore. Maybe he removed it.
So a free attachment now via the Zalen. Draw a couple of cards, fishing for a weapon maybe.
Yeah, but if he had a Bobcat, he would have already played it before the attachment, because I don't think Bobcat triggers if the attachment is already left play again.
Yeah, you have to do the attachment after. Hunt card after, yeah. You may just be realising that now.
I'm not sure if he's realizing it. Maybe he's just realizing the futility of the situation because he didn't pull out it. Maybe he was just hoping for a lucky Soul Seeker to kill the Tainted Oracle and try to stay alive for one more turn and hope to get something done. Oh, there's a Snare Trap, I think. Or at least the most common trap for Victor is Snare Trap. I know you love your Snare Traps, but most people play the Snare Traps.
Yeah, Snare Trap's pretty much guaranteed to take out an ally.
Well, there are Spirit ones in this Ember deck, so that isn't quite as guaranteed.
Yeah, Net Trap would work. Wouldn't work on a Karlstrad or a Dakra.
Okay, it wasn't the Net Trap, it was one of the other traps, the one that cancels in the deck. It killed the Tainted Oracle, so not that great of a loss. You can probably drop down 2 more allies next turn, or this turn, because he has 6 cards in his hand, so I think there will need to be 2 allies among them. So it's basically only delaying his victory by a little bit. Oh, and he popped the Enrage, so he's back to Matsenveld.
Yeah, that's pretty handy.
Yeah, but he didn't have any allies. I think if he would have had allies, he would have just dropped them down.
Yeah, for more pressure.
Yeah. Well, if Victor drops down 2 3CC allies, then Champion also becomes lethal, but yeah. So Victor wants to retake the board and kill the Champion and not drop any... Oh well, now he can drop some allies, because now the weapon is destroyed. And Twilight Victorist. I'm not sure what he's going to go for now, whether it would be the Rampage or the Enrage with the Blood Frenzy, because, well, if he doesn't get rid of Enrage, then he's going to stick around, but then Ember is going to stick around for quite a while, and if he doesn't get rid of Blood Frenzy, then Ember keeps trying, so. Okay, he's not even going to offer him the option. And that's again threatening lethal next turn. 3 for the weapon and 1 from the Champion. Because Ember gets her ability next turn. I'm not sure if I agree with the Bad Santa right at that moment. I didn't exactly check how many cards Victor had in hand, but this is only increasing the chances that Victor gets something. While Ember could also just Bad Santa at the start of her next turn, and then use the Judas Dream to even renew those resources, because she has 8 resources, so she could basically play anything she might have wanted.
Right, so it could swing now. That's what you're saying. It could swing around. Amber can buff that weapon.
Well, I'm not saying it could swing around, but I think it was...
It's not over.
A less than optimal play.
Yeah.
I would not have used that Bad Santa at that point.
Right, on our next game, we're going to be joined by Northern Lights SE, the guy that was, I don't know if he's revealed like his real name, so I'm going to call him that, Northern Lights SE, and he was streaming yesterday. We'll have 3 people commentating. I'll probably just be a bit quiet, let you two discuss things, see how it goes.
Yeah, I didn't watch any streams yesterday. I actually fell asleep at 9 p.m. and I totally missed most of the wildcard. I missed the first 4 rounds because I was at work and traveling, and then when I got back, I saw half the game and then I fell asleep.
Wow. Hopefully you don't fall asleep today.
No, that's why I'm perfectly rested today, because I fell asleep yesterday.
Nice one.
Well, Victor has still a lot of trouble. Because, well, 3 healths, Ember with a 3 attack weapon and an ally, and a fleet-footed messenger in hand, which she just retreated. So even if, well, Selectors will probably die because of Soul Seeker. So the Victor can heal a little bit, but it would still be a pain. Well, Ember is going to start running low of cards quite soon. It's only 9 left, and she goes through it pretty quickly. That I'm not sure if it's going to matter, because there are some damage sources as well. I don't think he has 3 fleet-footed messenger, but a fleet-footed messenger, maybe Alder could already bring him down to 1 health.
What's that
so
trap,
there is still a trap down there, so that trap might mess things up. I didn't pay enough attention to see what cost the trap was, but if I had a fleet-footed messenger in hand, I might just drop some 3cc other ally first, just to make that take care of the trap. I was going to give the game to Ember a few turns ago already, but it still seems to be close. Okay, he has a fleet-footed messenger in hand, he's GG 1. Fleet-footed messenger now is 3 attack, and that kills Victor. So Yotenka won game 2. I believe he also won game 1, so that's 2-0 for Yotenka.
He must be ahead of me, because I haven't seen the Fleet-footed messenger played yet.
Well, he has one in hand, because I know he retreated one to his hand, and I really know he sacked one.
Well, he's retreating something else. No.
I hope he didn't sack his fleet-footed messenger, because otherwise he started making some comments in guild chat.
Well, maybe he did. Because the FFM would have won. Although, no, he's still got 3 left to spend. But why would he?
That's why I'm wondering. He has 3 left. Oh, he sacked the fleet-footed messenger.
Could have won him right, because
I
guess he didn't have the KP.
Well, yeah, that's...
He drew the KP after he got rid of the fleet-footed. Well, Victor's got a serious amount of resources, but he's going to have to be running headlong into that armour now.
Yeah, that's... If Ember draws a weapon, well, then she still doesn't have the ability yet, so she's still 1 turn away from...
You'll have to hope for a ricochet trap at that point.
Well, he just has to hope for a fleet-footed messenger and then score it. I'm not sure how many are in his graveyard. I know he had one in his hand because he retreated one, so he probably sacked that one. And there's at least 1 or 2 dead already, so I'm not sure if he's running 4. So I'm not sure if he still has one left in deck. I might recommend him not playing too many other allies, because that might just give Victor the heal. Giving Victor healing at this point would make it even worse. Okay, and there was a snap down. And let's hope it was not another snap. Oh, he was waiting with his fleet-footed messenger because he feared the snap down.
Oh, right.
Okay, so I'm not going to make fun of him. I'm going to applaud him for watching out for the snapper.
Bided his time, and he's running in now and taking out Victor. Alright.
Unless it was a decode card. But
Okay. Nice work, Yotenka. Shall we see how the other games have gone on? It looks like Betrayal for Life has been having connection issues.
yeah, I'm not going to quote him, but he disconnected.
Right, so he's disconnected twice, but it's not over. It's best of 5. So, I don't know. He might be rebooting router. I'm not going to call it yet.
Yeah.
So I'll say that's 2-0 for now to Maxi. Right, now I'm going to mute us for a second and dial up Northern Lights SE. And
Okay.
then we'll jump into another. Hi everybody, I just muted us so that we could add Northern Lights SE onto the call. Say hello.
Hello everybody. How's everyone doing? Thanks for watching yesterday.
We're going to watch RS Viz versus BP Kalala in their third game once it's up. So I've searched for RS Viz, nice simple name, and then when it started we'll hit play, jump in and do a triple threat commentary. Hopefully.
At the moment it's 1-1 in Fizz 1 game 1, Kanala 1 game.
Would you mind typing out RS Viz? Is it RS space VIZ?
Yeah.
VYZ.
Gotcha.
While I wait for that, it's still not up. I'll just see how the other guys are doing. Of course, Betrayal for Life has had the disconnects. Oh yeah, Sisyphos. I wonder how he's doing. Sisyphos.
Well, he won game 1 pretty big. And
Yeah, the second game is dragged on. It's a bit closer then, the second one.
Yeah, Banebow mirror matches tend to do that.
Yeah. Right, to go back to RS Viz.
game
They're up. It's up. So if we can click on that now, then we'll all join it at the same time.
Clicking on it now?
Yeah. So we'll be marginally ahead of you. I clicked on it about 10 seconds ago, but because it's live, hopefully they do some amount of thinking on their turn.
I also hope they do some amount of thinking, otherwise it might become a pretty weird game.
Bit of random. So this is the A to Z of Shadow Era, Amber versus Zaladar. Who's going to take it? They're already 1-1. And he did not pop anything ally off the top there.
And an rage, so that's basically no heal this round.
That's kind of a wash.
Well, I I think the Salvador might have 2 Soul Reapers in his deck. Just for the threat of all those loose that were around on day 1 and the other regionals. I don't think Ember would pick 2 Enrage, but Salvador with 2 Soul Reapers is pretty common.
Yeah, I would think so. In my Amber Rain decks, I never take more than 1 Enrage, because you never know if you're actually going to need it, so you don't want to draw it when you don't need it.
Yeah, I'm not sure what deck Kilala is. I haven't looked it up, but I know some other guildmates tend to play Salvador with 2 Soul Reapers, so I'm not sure if he looked at those decks before making this one. Let's see if Biss gets his turn 3 Blood Frenzy going. And he doesn't. That's going to be annoying for him. Well, he could still come back with a turn 4 to the 3 now and just kill the Death Mage at least. But I think he would prefer to get the Blood Frenzy going. Just because Blood Frenzy is awesome for warriors.
Oh
Basically,
yeah, definitely one of the best draw engines.
If you get your Blood Frenzy out early, then your winning chances tend to go up to like 50% or something, instead of not getting it. Let's see.
Yeah, he's just putting him in range for his Shadow ability next turn.
Yeah, but now there's another 3 value targets also on the board, so now Ember has to start making choices if he has a dual swing. So, well, it's not that hard of a choice, he's probably just going to take down the reactionary. I'm hearing kids in the background, I think.
For once, it's not my kids. Different kid on the side.
Okay, it's also not my kids, so I would be very surprised if any of my kids would show up on stream, because I don't have any.
We're joined by a
mute
kid.
myself real quick, guys. I'll take
Okay,
care of her.
yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. Okay, no worries. Right. So I was trying to be quiet there. Now I can hop in and say 27 plays 26 with what looks like a crippled ally on the board.
Yeah, and Salvador Kilala chose not to sack on turn 4 already, so I'm not quite sure
Right.
if that's a plan or if that's just, well, I'm not sure if that's just a crappy hand or if that was part of the game plan. I really don't know.
Right, well, I've got some news from Betrayal for Life and Maxi. Maxi is under the impression that both are running a mill-like Moonstalker, which means that it could have taken a long time. It's probably why it disconnected, because it's going to take a long time. So round 2 and round 3 could drag on a bit, depending on whether anybody's got any answers to that type of deck.
Well, you said no time limit, so
There's no time limits. Yes, very true.
I guess you won't be sleeping tonight before 5 a.m.
I guess not.
Alright, my apologies, I am back.
Also, so far Salvador seems to be doing fine. He has cleared Ember's allies. Ember doesn't have Blood Frenzy, which is the biggest plus for Salvador at the moment.
Yeah, the Saladar's looking really comfortable.
Salvador also doesn't have any antimatter out yet, so...
That's true.
If Ember didn't have another weapon in hand, I'm not sure that he should get Salvador right now, because he might want to use weapon to start killing allies. Because his own allies are also going down pretty fast. Though he may have just wanted to play 2 allies just to be safe. So there's something to say for using the resource acceleration of 2 stream for that. But it's still really risky. Or he's just going for the all-out attack in the ID form. We discarded a Soul Reaper on turn 1, maybe he must have another one ready or available.
Road Less Travel is not something you see played too often in Amber decks, at least I don't. Mip, you would probably know better than I do.
Well, it's pretty common in Amber decks because you want something to keep searching for your blood frenzy, and people used to always just use the Bad Center for that if they were trying to rush, but Road Less Traveled also helped with things like Kip and Go and so on.
Mm.
Wherever if you meet another Amber in the mirror or just versus boars. And, not specifically versus Shadow Warriors because nobody plays those. And we see a Victorious Alderman.
That's probably the prime target for the mind control right now. If he's playing any Krygons, he wants to get rid of that right away.
And he doesn't seem to have.
Yeah, clearly he doesn't have it.
I'm not sure what he has in his hand, but he should start taking care to not drop too low because Amber can suddenly pull out quite a bit of damage if he has a Walkway or something that's 4 damage a turn, and that could start hurting hard pretty damn fast. Because he's now down to 9 health. That's pretty risky, especially since one of his Soul Reapers already got started.
Yeah, with one Soul Reaper gone, I think he only has one ally in his graveyard anyway. The Death Mage, yeah?
Yeah, the Death Mage. There was also the other ally, but I think that got retreated. Not sure if he got replayed and died. The reactionary.
Oh, yes, that's true.
Not sure if he failed again and killed it because I blinked my eyes or. And there's Blood Frenzy. I think Amber's looking pretty good now. Skeletal health, Brian's it out.
Yeah. Amber Rain looking a lot more comfortable now after that really slow start.
Well, Salvador also didn't have quite an optimal start. He chose not to sack on 34, which is not common if you got a straight hand.
Whoa, Zaladar's getting hosed.
Yeah, he's getting hosed. If Ember draws a weapon, it's game over.
Bit of a one-sided game, this.
Just about.
I think my overall conclusion from all the regionals so far, day 1s and day 2s, is that the impression seems to be that Zaladar and Banebow are the top dogs. But if you look at the top 8s, then actually they only showed up a couple of times. There wasn't even a Zaladar in there yesterday. And someone's brought this today and he's getting...
Yes, no, there was
Amber.
Samuel J was playing Zaladar yesterday.
Yeah, he didn't make the top 8 though, that's what I'm saying.
Correct.
Yeah, so they haven't actually done that great, and all the lowest there yesterday, and one got through. So, there may actually be quite a lot of tier 1 heroes here.
Okay, Soul Reaper that extends his life quite a bit. He apparently had more than one ally in his graveyard because he also dropped some there with antimatter. So that saved him a little bit with Ember doesn't get his weapon now.
It's quite flip thrown now, yeah.
I don't think it's enough, but it's still a game. It's too early to totally down Salvador. Because next turn he gets ability that helps clear the board a bit. Well, he is getting low on allies, and Ember just keeps dropping them.
Daddy, look.
Apparently, my daughter is feeling better. She had a fever this morning.
Alright, well, she's better now. You can spend some time with her and then come back in a bit. If my kids were bugging me now, then I'd probably go and spend some time with them because I know that you're here. But as they're not, then you can do the daddy bit and then I'll have a break later and then you can be on.
Alright, sounds like a plan. I'm just gonna mute.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, at least the Qui-Gon helps kill 2 of the allies, so that's a little bit of damage saved, but I'm not sure if it's quite enough.
Board's
Ember
looking
is down to
interesting.
only 2 damage a turn. That isn't that much, but she can easily play more allies because she has her trying to go.
Right, so just when I was saying that Zaladar sucks, it got turned around a little bit. The marksman's gonna... It's a nice combo, the crippling blow with the marksman.
Yeah.
If you leave something there, it may end up costing you.
Yeah, most Embers runs at least 2 or 3 of the marksman.
He's elected to go for the board.
That would be the best choice. Otherwise, the allies would kill his marksman, and marksman next turn with 4 damage already. So that would help a lot if you could keep that alive. And Ember still no weapons. At the moment, CZ and Shadow Energy, that's not where you want to be, because now you're just wasting it. And even if you get weapons, then I don't think he's going to be able to spend all of it in this game.
Ooh, that always hurts.
Yeah.
The poor marksman. And the poor mind control.
It especially hurts because now he can't one-shot the reaction without a weapon or an all-in. So
Hope to find one now. So many cards. You can always use the FFM. Let's hope he gets a different card and not exactly the same one. He's tried it again and got rid of the same card. Sometimes you end up with the same one again then. Hopefully that didn't happen.
Yeah, this is a bit of a problem with some Embers deck. Rushing is pretty fast if you have a weapon. If you don't have a weapon, then all those pieces with messengers and Legionary Selectors are only going to hit for 1 or 2, so that's not pretty fast. Some of them was at 13 3 turns ago, now it's at 10, so it's not pretty fast. So I think Zaladar is just saying silent players, no weapon, no weapon, no weapon, no weapon for the last 5 turns, and apparently it worked. I'm not sure if he should go for the ally now for Ember, if he can get a few solid hits in on Embers instead of block guys here.
Yeah, he could take out one of them.
Yeah.
We could put it on the hero.
But then the other 2 will break his weapon, so that's, then he doesn't get hit the hero, because then his weapon went down to durability, and I don't think Ember will spare her allies just to not hit it, just to take damage on her own. So he decides to go for hero. Now if he pulls a Shadowfall soon, or another, Qui-Gon even, that's going to be, here the Qui-Gon nerf is actually pretty damn important. Because otherwise he would have hit for 3 now, I think. If he had the resources. Now he didn't have the resources anyway, but he couldn't have hit for 3, but now there's another ally that he has to kill because he's getting so dangerously low. So he will probably still break the weapon, but if he breaks the weapon, then he can't kill the.
He's still hunting for that
weapon,
weapon,
because he's still hunting for cards.
He's not found it.
No, this might be the biggest comeback to Salvador ever. Being at 4 health versus Ember with lots of shadow energy and allies, and then getting a Lucky Soul Ripple after you discarded the first one, or turn 2. And Ember just not getting a weapon for like the past 5 turns, even with Brockhead did that. That's like a quarter of the deck. And with the FFM, I think he saw almost his entire deck. Or at least he could have theoretically seen his entire deck, depending on what it is shockingly that he's
So he's ignoring the Qui-Gon.
Yeah, maybe he has the weapon. Or another FFM.
Retreat. Oh wow.
And then he plays the necessary.
That's some pro playing right there.
Yeah, that's
Zaladar hasn't got the ability yet, but Shadow Font would do it.
Yeah, or a microphone is enough, but Shadow Font or any. If he has another dagger, then it's also fine because then top 20 is also putting him down to zero. Oh, yeah, I just noticed that there is a first defeat result in the Tenka 1-3-0 versus Heavy Striker, so the Tenka places for the World Championship.
Yotenka has served as security spot. Yesterday his village was burning down or something, and he lost power and had to play on battery and completely skipped a round as well.
Yeah,
still made top 8.
I heard about it later. I don't think it was the entire village. I think it was only a few buildings in the neighborhood. But it was like, guys, I'm skipping around. There's stuff burning around here, and electricity keeps failing. So I hope I have enough battery to finish the matches.
The power came back. He came back. He did great.
I was around for the power coming back because I fell asleep then.
Amber seeks a weapon. Does Amber find a weapon? She has not got enough damage. But Zaladar's out of cards!
Yeah, next turn he takes 1 damage for the weapon. For not drawing, so he's at 7. If he has a wall flail, he's at 3. He has 2 fleet-footed messengers, so then he's at 1. And 1 is not that, so...
It's not enough.
He makes it by 1 health. Because he doesn't draw now. He takes 1 damage from not being able to draw, and he makes it at 1 health, and then he has the ability to kill Ember.
Oh, right, yeah. Whoa, so close. Yeah, the ability does it. Yeah, taking out the ally wouldn't have mattered. What a match! Let's watch another one. Same one.
We're waiting for we're watching.
We'll watch those guys again because that was so close.
We're watching.
Oh right, yeah.
Viz and Kalala. Right.
RS Viz.
Yeah. I needed to remember what we were searching for because the game distracted me from what I was actually searching.
So we know 2 of the people that are through. Sisyphos got through with a 3-0.
Okay, I didn't see his results. Oh yeah, no, it's the 3-0 spike.
The bracket.
Are Yotenka and Sisyphos already supposed to start playing or not?
No.
Yeah, you may need to talk to them about it. I'm not sure if they know which way.
Alright, yeah.
The game of Viz and Kalala also started now.
Yeah, I started. I'll jump in. Oh, right, yeah, I can actually report that result. But should they get started on the semi-final? I can't remember whether I let people or not last time.
I don't know what you...
They can, yeah, I suppose.
It's never that much to me at the moment because I'm still having enough games to cast. But I'm just attending you to the possibility that you need to arrange something.
But if they get started, we can't watch it.
Yeah, that's a problem.
But if they have other stuff to do, then... Okay, let them play one.
Zaladar got his Thor engine out early, and Ember is going full steam ahead in beating down Zaladar with first the Day Dancer and now the Elden, so that's basically maximum damage. Well, it could be more maximum damage if he played Blake and then Elden, but nobody plays Blake anymore. We miss him. I'm kind of suspecting something like a ability for Scrygon next turn just to kill the Elden and hit Ember with the Scrygon or something. pretty interesting to see that Ember already no blood frenzy on turn 3 or 4, so and no weapon on turn 4, no Judas Stream, so she's doing a lot of damage now, but it's not maybe not sustainable because no blood frenzy and 2 of those allies will die now. Well, one will die for certain and the other one will probably die because of Krygon, I think. But I'm not 100% sure if he has Krygon either. But I kind of expected it when
or even a
didn't see
DMT.
him put down anything on turn 3, so he might have a Krygon and want to save it. Okay, that's unexpected, but it's a different play than I expected, but it's basically just as fine. Basically, maybe even more because now he has more cards now.
Yeah, that worked pretty good.
And also because Krygon would have died to the Sinifters. If Ember doesn't have another weapon or blood frenzy this turn, then even though Zeladar is down 9 health already, I'm still going to go with favoring Zeladar. Just because having draw out and Ember not having draw weapons, that's not going well. That's having to search again with 3-foot messenger. If Zeladar has another Shadow Form now, then he's going to kill another ally again. So really getting Ember down on with card advantage.
Yeah, we saw a bad Santa in the last game from Viz, didn't we? So there's a chance you can go for that.
Saw some bad Santas. Maybe he's sticking to that too, but at least he's now at a perfect time to try to Santa Bomb because Zeladar is already at 5 cards, so he's not getting that much of an advantage. But if he plays his bad Santa now, then he only has 2 resources left, and then he's basically starting to lose board again. And if he then has to spend another turn with blood frenzy, then Zeladar at the same time can start attacking allies. Did you follow the switch, yeah? Okay, he got the blood frenzy now already, so that's still fine. So Krygon would still give board to Zeladar at the moment. And we know that there's at least 2 Soul Reapers in his deck because we saw 2 last game.
Yeah, one of them on turn 2, yeah.
Yeah, turn 2 Soul Reaper discard and one at near the end to keep him in the game.
In a way, it'd be nice to see Zeladar actually win day 2 because he's been underperforming. It's all human heroes.
Mostly people fear to bring him because everyone is expecting Zeladar. Or at least, and people are expecting lots of Rainbows, and Rainbow might have troubles with Zeladar.
So if you're expecting Zeladar, what do you put in your deck to keep you a little bit safe?
You play Rainbow with some gargoyles.
Right. 5 HP allies, things like that.
Yeah.
Maybe not too many big allies that can be mind controlled. Maybe a bunch of ones with 3 attack.
Yeah, or if you have them in your deck, you don't just try starting a Shadow Knight loop against Zeladar because that could get painful really fast. And we also see comments from Horse at chat. Versus Zeladar, you want life gain, high health, and low attack ally. So, well, another option could be Victor because he has the Soul Super and all those 2 and 3 attack allies with Spirit Warden and Sacred Crusader and the Bobcat. And Kilt says versus Zeladar, just bring 4 King Sprite. And well, there's lots of opinions in the chat at least.
Yeah, you've got to make it to turn 7 to start playing those King's Pride. He's finally found the Blood Frenzy.
He found that 2 turns ago, but while he was busy playing his Voyage and Zeladar just started dropping allies like crazy.
The purple of the Krygon makes him look like he's meant for Zeladar. The other guys are kind of reddy, greeny, yellowy stuff, which I guess could suit anybody.
This is inside information on the design process, or this is just your commentary?
Yeah, that was all intentional. That no, the Rampant Krygon started with an image, and it was a card contest for the community, wasn't it? So
I think okay.
maybe BDK thought of Zaladar due to the color, and he designed the card.
Okay, I think it wasn't around during the community challenge.
Oh, right.
I think I was actually studying at the time, so I was playing a bit less Shadow.
About 18 months ago. Wow, look at this board now. Zaladar low on health, but all these guys, and he's probably thinking, if they all die, so what? I'm going to heal lots.
Yeah, basically, if stuff keeps dying, then he keeps healing. Something I think he should consider, now that he has one spare resource, he should start lowering the reactionary health with his spare resource, just so he can kill it next to him if he has another spare health, just to start feeding his graveyard for a potential Soul Reaper. I think he wasted one resource there while he could have started attempting to kill off his own reactionaries, just to get rid of them, to start feeding his Soul Reaper.
Right. Yeah, nice thought.
This.
Because the marksman now is able to pick off a useful ally, although... and he's gone for the one which can kill off the reactors. Oh, mind control on the spearman again. Marksman. Oh dear.
Yeah, it's on a spearman. It only doesn't hurt that much.
Yeah, should be running spearman.
I'm not sure if... situation that occurs in one game is a reason to change your deck.
Whoa, that hurt him a lot. 14-15 ability left.
Yeah, but Salvador has all the allies, and he isn't picking down, because now he's 14-14. And he has more resources, so he can keep running, and he has more healing cards left in his deck, probably.
Oh, well, at least FFM can take somebody out.
Yeah, take out the...
And he's a bit of a threat on the board. Although Zaladar might ignore it.
I think calling it a threat might be a little far-fetched, but, well, sure, call it a threat. I think he just dives to Zaladar with Krygon, so... Maybe even dives to DMP thing and Krygon thing, and Krygon can hit to maximize damage to hero.
Had to retreat a DMT, that always sucks having to do that.
And there goes Eternal Renewal. So he's not expecting the game to last much longer. Well, I can't really blame him. I don't know what his other option was, but I think you can be pretty sure that...
And Viz just can't find the weapon again.
Yeah.
I saw a deck list yesterday, an Amber one, with only 6 weapons. I'm thinking that's not enough in a 40 card deck. I'd normally run 8 weapons at least.
6 or 7 is pretty common because most Ambers run Blood Frenzy and Bad Center to start digging them out.
Right, and he's not... Well, he did find the Blood Frenzy, but not soon enough, I guess. And he's just not finding the weapons.
Yeah, and he's retreating DMTs. That's basically saying, hello, I am basically helpless, and I really don't know what to do, so I'm just going to start defeating allies with a ping damage if they come on the board. That's basically one of the worst things you want to do. Okay, Ember is at 4 health, so now once Salvador has abilities, he's at 3 health. Unless he pulls an enrage now, but even if he pulls an enrage, he has to use 4 resources to play it, leaving him with 2 resources. It means another wasted turn, and this conceded the game.
So that's it, isn't it?
Yeah, Kalala advances 3-1 over this.
Right, and Maxi is through because Betrayal for Life was quit after 2 games with disconnect issues. So we know all our grand finalists now. not off the top of my head. I couldn't reel them off, but I know there's about 4 guys from BP from the Euro one. Or was it the Americas one that you were in?
The Americans one, we had 4 BP advanced to the finals.
I'll have to dig that up in a minute.
I can tell you it was me, Maxi lost, so the other, Hachi was in it, Vince, and Logie.
Oh yeah, Logie. Right. So the 4 from this are A1 Sisyphos, BP Otenka, BP Kalala, and BP Maxi 1230. BP is taking over the grand finals.
Yeah, that's pretty nice.
It's
I like
expected. So now we know our semi-finalists, and which should we check out this Moonstaller to see what goes down, or do we check out the Bainbow versus, I forgot what Yotenko was running, Amber? So we've got a Bainbow Amber.
well, we can watch a game of either one.
Let's have a look.
It's the best of 5, so we have.
Yeah, let's look at the BP one. BP Kalala, BP Maxi. When they're ready to start. I don't even know if they've started yet. So I'll just ask them, hey guys, you can now start semi-finals. Congrats! There's a 3rd place playoff for seeding and prizes. So, yeah.
Maybe you should mention the prizes again on stream, because.
Oh, the prizes, yes. Oh, right. So.
Because I saw a PM that 2, 3, and 4 also got prizes now, at least 2 and 3, because I don't know for 4th. But there were more prizes than expected.
Yeah. So in the wildcard day, no, the regional day 2, the winner of the regional was crowned winner of that region, but also they got 100 cards of their choice, which is equivalent to 100 of the $5 pick a card things from the store, and you can pick any foil you want or normal card, including ones that were exclusive because it's a prize. So we can bypass that.
Are foils of Alt-Art, Aeon, and Alden and DMP, are those available?
I don't even know.
Are they not even made? I'm not sure.
I don't think they exist. So okay. Yeah, you can't pick ones that don't exist yet. I suppose
I was going to ask for one of those, but I was
right. So the winner got 100, 2nd place got 50, and 3rd place got 25. On top of that, though, all grand finalists get 20 anyway. So 4th will get 20, and 3rd will end up then in total with 45. And in this wild card, because it was taken on everybody, everybody who hasn't already qualified, prize was 150 for the winner of the wild card, and I think 75 and 30, or 70 and 30, 2nd and 3rd. So that's a lot of chances to get some foils to bling up your deck ready for the grand finals. Have any of these started yet? We really care about his Maxi, isn't it? We want to check him out.
Yeah, because we haven't seen it.
And
this is the first time he's not bringing Elementalis.
Yeah, he's gone and brought some kind of mill stalker type thing. Because with no time limit.
It was day 1, it was Elementalis. Day 2, it was Elementalis for the the American regionals. Then he was Elementalis on day 1 of the Wildcard Qualifier. And now he's suddenly on day 2, he decided, I'm not going to bring Elementalis anymore. Everyone is expecting it. Let's bring something else.
Shout out to Kilt in the chat room, who is correcting me on things I say. Thanks for that. That's what I do. I say things that are slightly wrong so that he can then correct on the chat. So we make quite a team.
Okay, what were you incorrect about?
I think I was saying that 4 times KP was too slow, really, because you've got to make it to turn 7. And he's saying, well, actually, Zal pretty much wins at turn 15 now. He's not so fast anymore. With
yeah, I'm really happy. Yeah. The 3 damage to allies with the brimstone devourer.
Yeah, that was a sensible nerf, right? It's good when we get things right. See, my commentary might not be sensible, but at least that nerf was sensible. How are we doing? Doesn't look like anybody's started yet. Alright, I will recap who we're gonna meet in the grand finals. Who we're gonna see. In fact, I think I can just bring up the old brackets, and that would show, right? If I just change this to Americas, then we can see that we will be seeing Vince 1992 from BP, Lorgy from BP, Hachi from BP, and somebody called Mip1 from BP.
Yay! Yeah, I call myself Mip because of Mip1 because Mip isn't allowed by the 4th character naming rule.
Oh, right. So, and then in the Asia one, we will be joined by Rock Nadoa. We will have Justicar. We will have Toy 08 and Uncle Lou, both from KA. And then over in Europe, we will have Bob Ross, Xander Spitfire, KA Final Rain. I think that's 3 KAs now. And BP Amigo. So those are all the names. I'll just jump back to the wildcard now.
Okay, Maxi just hosted the game, but Kalala hasn't joined yet.
Alright, but they'll be up soon. They'll be up soon, and we'll be ready for some scintillating Moonstaller action.
Okay,
they've started. Okie dokie, let's have a look, because I've always wondered, people keep banning Moonstalker, or Moonstalker without many allies, and it seems to be a kind of gentleman's agreement that it won't get run because it's too strong and too boring.
But
yeah,
it's also banned for time reasonings. If that person makes the finals, then your pop-up could last twice as long. That's why most pop-ups ban it.
right.
He's not that often banned in tournaments because then you only annoy one opponent. But in a pop-up you annoy basically 15 other people.
I hadn't seen him in a big official tournament. The only time anybody brought him was this time last year. BDK brought him to a regional, and there was that Evil Ascendant bug as well at the time. They didn't know about. He was the only one that brought him. And now this time, this is the first. Well, we've just seen 2 in a mirror, but one's out due to a DC. Here we go. He's rolling. The question is, does Shattered Fates have more answers now for him?
Well, Sorcerer of India can be nice for this Moonstalker because he has so many abilities and items, but, well, that's a human card, not a shadow card, so...
Yeah, you got Vermin, but I don't think Zaladar's running Rapacious Vermin.
No, he's not really it.
But both were put in there as kind of ways to take out these things. Other options are... Well, I don't think Zaladar runs much item destruction at all. Maybe Shriek. Shriek would do. A Wild Time Shriek would take out a rain delay or a full moon.
Yeah, he probably has Shriek because he's fearing loosed with Amulet of Conjuring, or he left with Amulet. And Amulet is basically die very fast because I have so much burn in my hand.
So if he doesn't accidentally lose his Eternal Renewal, we could be in for quite a ride.
Oh, I forgot about that, but he had Eternal Renewal in his deck. So yeah, this could take a while.
Somebody will be waiting for an opening.
I'm not sure if Maxi has weapons in his Moonstalk, otherwise he could start. I think some BP member recently used a Moonstalker with like James of Torment or something, because he was basically hiding, letting everything die to his Evil Ascendant and then trying to hit for 20 or something. But I'm not sure if that is this Moonstalker.
Ooh. That would be interesting if that pays off.
Yeah, that could be surprising, but I'm not sure if that's the Moonstalker he's going to bring.
So the Chains of Torment, the only way Saladar can get rid of that is, well, we've already seen a lot of this Saladar, Leyline Nexus, or I don't know what else. Wear it down, I suppose. Hasn't that Blood Moon already delivered quite a lot of cards?
He played 2 Blood Moons already. I think he played one on turn 2 and one on turn 5 or something. Or 6.
Oh, that was the new one, right. I got to pay attention.
I think he played 2. Yeah, he played 2 already. Oh, the Accelerator. Well, with the Lone Wolf, the damage doesn't really matter much because...
No, he's going to be hiding all the way to the bank, but Saladar has quite a few ways to hurt him without the stealth.
Yeah, he has at least packing DMP, which is a consistent source of damage, but I'm not sure if he's if Moonstalk is going to allow the DMP to live for very long, because he can just now you'll mine it and get rid of it. But DMP is generally useful versus Moonstalk just because of its just because it does damage with the ability instead of the attack. Yeah, I can't really comment too much because I need to save my voice for the last half hour of the match, of course. But well, Lay he's basically just trying to stall it for a bit. He started with a 61 card deck, so he already went through 18 cards of his deck. Well, Saladar also went about through 18 cards of his deck, I think. He's down to 23. I'm not sure if I agree that the Streak of Vengeance is here already, because there's not much damage on the board threatening him, threatening Moonstalker.
I guess he's thinking, get him down, he's only going to get 2 a turn. If I get an Eternal Renewal, then I can get back all those Shrieks anyway. So I'll just try and just get as much on, trying to force him to stealth. Oh, bizarre now. Another Accelerator. When we created the Old Moor Accelerator, people said, are you trying to buff Moonstalker or something? No, but we were aware that it could help him. I guess it's being used here. But we also added stuff that, you know, if he became prevalent and a problem, there are things that people can run that aren't so
most
bad.
people don't run it because it's a very specific deck card that only helps just one hero. I think you're referring to, I'm not even sure how it's called because nobody ever plays it, but...
No, I was referring to like Sorcerer of Endia or the Vermin to take out stuff. There are other ways to take his stuff out as well.
Yeah, I thought you were referring to the, I'm not, let me find what the ability also was called.
What, Nowhere to Hide?
Yeah, that one. That's the one nobody plays.
Yeah, that wasn't designed by well, whoever designed that isn't on the design team anymore.
Okay.
Not for that card. I mean, it can work. You plonk it on him and suddenly he can't hide until he removes it. So you'd hope he would be running some Spectral Saber to get rid of it.
Yeah, but well, it was basically nobody played it mostly. Well, there's also Nocturnal Advantage, which is just a bit more useful because you have at least +1 attack. But
yeah, that's not actually that bad. For 3, you get the +1, you get Ambush. You know, I've thought of running it even not as a tech card, but it's just so hard making a 40-card deck and deciding what not to put that in.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, for three, you could also get something like a War Banner, which is...
Yeah, which would be permanent.
Yeah.
Or Bloodlust, which would be +2 to everyone.
Yeah, so that it is useful versus Moonstarter, but well, it's not. Yeah, it still feels too much like attacking specifically for that Moonstarter. Well, we see the Change of Torment going down now. It's already at 3 health at the moment.
Yeah.
For 3 attack.
If we see more stealth in the game and more defender, then ambush becomes more useful. Anti-stealth becomes more useful against stealth, obviously, and ambush becomes more useful against defender. So maybe that card will show up more in set 4.
Yeah, that's I think there are only like 3 or 4 cards which have defender. The Cobra Demon, the 2/1 unit. I'm not sure what it's called, but
Yeah, there's
Night Slayer.
Dark Flare. Yeah, there's a
Dark
couple
Flare.
of warrior abilities, Battle Hardened and Alert and Able, and Braxnorian Temptress has defender.
But only versus heroes.
Yeah, conditionally defender. Yeah.
So it's not that common.
Oh, well, Guardian's Oath defender also, and is there
Yeah,
another
but that's on a hero, not on a.
Yeah. Ooh, FT, we've seen an ally. You
Well,
won't
we
heal
already
this
saw
time.
one FT before, so that's the second one.
God,
It might be the same one. I'm not sure if you use Artal's script in the meantime. But you can see the idea of using Fury Terrors and probably Evil Ascendant if once he pulls one from his deck, keep killing allies, keep perfect change of combat, and just keep whacking the other hero with it and hoping he dies. It's a bit faster than normal Moonstalker. It's basically a backup plan in case someone comes along who has Eternal Renewal. So, and it is also a different win condition because it forces him to not be waiting, because if he waits too long, then Moonstalker just whacks him death. So that is a risk.
That Chain of Torment is going to torment him. Because he's got the stealth so he can't be knocked into. And any kill stuff is going to grow. He could potentially hit hard. Do you think there's a speed strike in here as well so that he can deliver too?
I'm not sure if there was a speed strike in the deck. I know I've seen the deck before on forums, but I'm not sure if it has a speed strike in it. I didn't completely remember it all. And he's still hiding. Well, next turn would be his last turn to hide unless he starts putting Shadow Fonts or another accelerator soon.
Yeah, 9 resources. He's got a few different ways of gaining.
Yeah, and if he can't hide, then Salazar might just have been saving up some Crygons, and if he drops two Crygons, then they can boost each other and hit for 6 damage. That could start becoming dangerous. And he can break his weapon on the cheap allies. That would also be a thing for Moonstalker.
Yeah, the old Brimstone Devourer would have still hurt Moonstalker here.
Yeah, but still happy that it got nerfed. So don't put it back to Moonstalker.
No, we'll leave it. Oh, FT. And another.
Well, Salazar can kill both of them, but at least Moonstalker's probably thinking, please kill my 2 allies, then I have an 8 attack weapon and hit you down to 4, and you're not hitting me with your ability, so I think that's part of the reasoning.
Yeah, this seems to have worked quite well and not taken that long.
Yeah, it's...
Zaladar will probably have a Soul Reaper or something, though. Just
and he's deciding not to go for the second Fury Tower. Oh, he's going to Microphone it, so...
Oh, which will just fizzle, yeah.
Yeah, but at least... Oh, well, it doesn't break the weapon now, so that's the thing. It doesn't break the weapon, so now he still gets hit for 4.
Right. Oh, it's only on opposing ally being killed that it grows.
Okay, it's only on opposing allies. I forgot about that, so I don't play the card much. And he keeps putting the Fearing Terror's back, and now he draws it again, so now he can pop it again. If he wants to. I'm sure if he wants to. And he decides to use Shadow Bomb to set, and he's going to hide again. And next turn he can maybe play 2 Fearing Terrors. Well, if he has another one in hand, he can't return it to deck and then draw it and then play one, because he has 2 free resources for that, but well, he could play 2 if he has 2 in hand. And we know he has at least 1 in hand because he just used Artile Script and Doom of Fate to get it back in his hand. And Zelda is saying, I don't think you have to Fearing Terrors, so I'm just going to keep drop allies.
Load up the board and we'll find out.
Yeah, if he has 2 Fearing Terrors, then he gets a 9 attack weapon plus 2 allies on board. That could be game for Zelda.
Right, he's only got 8 to spend now. So,
yeah, so he only has 1 and he can't kill the others.
hide,
Let's go to hide.
regenerate, and no hitting.
So I think he wants to drop Fury Terror next turn, get a 9 attack weapon, and attack with the Fury and Terror and the weapon and go for lethal. Because I'm not sure if he has another change of torment in his hand. Because, well, the problem with a 60 card deck is that some of the cards are stuck in the bottom 30 and you don't have them yet. So we know he has another Fury and Terror in hand, so he could just play Fury and Terror next turn, get a 9 attack weapon, and then if this Fury and Terror lives, then he can hit for 9 damage. So that's one of the risks that, okay, this is game over.
Turn was skipped.
Yeah, I think Moonstalker wins now. Oh, Full Moon. Yeah, that's also fine. That is also a victory with the +2 attack.
I think he attacked. It didn't show the attack on my screen, but
It also didn't show the attack. Maybe once Salvatore saw the Full Moon that he just quit.
didn't show it for... Yeah, right. So Maxi got the first one. Can Kalala turn that round? In the meantime, we've got Sisyphos. Should we have a look at that?
Okay.
One Sisyphos. Yotenka 7 minutes in, so we can do a bit of speed commentary.
Okay. I clicked.
Oh, you clicked already. Yeah, just click now. Amber Bainbow.
Well, nothing surprising, just a second no play. I get no play on turn 1, which is basically standard for most matches.
This looks like a thrown together deck by Sisyphos. No playmat, no sleeves. I always forget to add them in if I made the deck quickly.
I always forget to add them in, even if I make the deck slowly, but I tend to make my deck fast. Well, Amber had no 2-drop, so that's slowing down racing a bit, but maybe it was planned. And now Amber takes 5 damage, which is it's good start gathering in the later game. 5 damage is well 1/6 of the health, and that's on turn 4. So. And to the stream. Probably just going to kill Trigon and then hope that Morbid Acolyte hits Amber next turn, so she can finish it off with a...
Oh, retreat. I was thinking Crippling Blow, but yeah, that'll work.
I was thinking nothing and just kill it next turn with a Peacekeeper Messenger, but... Okay, at least I was correct in telling that there was a Peacekeeper Messenger in his hand. But I can't believe that. Now he's just going to start damaging the Well, with the Blood Frenzy, he can start he can afford to be a bit card inefficient because Rainbow doesn't have his draw yet. No Wrath of the Forest, and even if he gets out Wrath of the Forest, then Ember still has Smashing Blow in the deck probably. Well, I think we saw one during the game versus Victor, so maybe 2 Smashing Blow in deck, please. I think we saw 2 Smashing Blows in one of the early games. Okay, and
we don't know who lost, but somebody said GG for the Killing Blow. So I guess we'll find out and then we'll catch up on the next one. It's kind of looking like Bainbow's going to do this.
Yeah, so far. I'm not sure what Ember has, but there's it's not to underestimate an Ember with a block frenzy. And versus a hero with no draw, you can start eating out a bit of card frenzies pretty fast. Well, 12 health is a risk with 5 damage on board, so at least one of the allies dies now because of reserve weapons, so we turn into Fury Stream and killing the Morbid Acolyte most probably. And now crippling low or anything, an ally, Slippers, or Alvin. Well, he can now bring Ember down to 8 with.
Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, 8 now.
Yeah, this is going really fast. If Rainbow gets a Soul Seeker, then he's just going to whittle Ember down with the Soul Seeker. Oh, or with Crossbow. Also 2 damage.
Saving the Krygon or not? What do you
He's
think?
going to throw it into it. Just to
Throw it in, go for it.
Just to get rid of the weapon. And to get Ember down, because Ember has blood frenzy, so 2 damage really counts if you're at 6 health and you're taking down 1. Compared to 8, that's 2 turns that your blood frenzy kills you faster, even if Rainbow doesn't do anything. And there's the smashing low. Champion. But well, Rainbow gets his ability done after this, so then Ember's down to. Yeah, okay, Ember's going down pretty fast.
Amber's done.
Yeah, Ember's
We
done.
good.
On Frenchie kills her. Do we watch the next game too? Because I think it just started.
Yep. Okay, congrats to Sisyphus on that first one. Let's, I see it. I'll jump in. 2 minutes in.
Don't need to speedcast quite as much.
Alright, so we've got the playmat on the bottom this time. And we've got Jasmine's bottom as well.
Okay, I am not quite as fast. I'm slower in tapping. Okay, I see now what you mean. I was like, I didn't even see a Jasmine in the deck that you were referring to sleep. Yes.
I think a lot of people, they put a sleeve that isn't in their deck to throw people off. I tend to put the sleeve that does match something in my deck. Just because I'm not allowed to play in big tournaments anyway. So I always play for fun.
I think they just put. I think he just put Ember Sleeve just because he likes looking at the Jasmine.
Well, I appreciate it.
And not just because he's expecting people to trick him into thinking that he has Jasmine in his deck. I think it's more for the visuals than for the gameplay advantage of trying to confuse the opponent.
Oh, it's a tough turn 4 for Amber because that crossbow's on the board. I suppose it's going to get worn down now by the fleet-footed messenger.
Yeah. With no shooter screen, so maybe a blood frenzy, but maybe he got one with fleet-footed messenger, but I'm not sure. We kind of want to say fleet-footed messenger at the moment. Blood frenzy at the moment. Yeah, because this is just plain bad. Rainbow has more cards, Ember has nothing on board, and Rainbow can now just stop an ally and then Ember has to start trying hard to kill it again. Because being the first one to put down an ally is basically best usually.
Nice sturdy disciple, which is probably a crippling target.
Well, if he now has a Judas Stream and a blood strategy, he could be fine. Just use Judas Stream and get resources and then just use blood frenzy. But I don't think he has either one of those cards. And that could be a thing.
So no Serena today, and no Aramia, and they were the ones that won the previous regionals. And an amber one, we see 2 ambers today. We see 2 Bainbows, we see 2 Moonstalkers, a Zaladar and a Victor. And what got through? A Zaladar, a
Moonstalker,
Moonstalker,
Amber, and a Bainbow.
Yep, it's all different now. Made it through. 3 Shadow. That's like the most we've ever had in the top 4.
Well, this time we didn't have any solo heroes. The American regionals had certainly 3 out of 8 solo heroes.
Oh yeah, a couple of Gwens.
Yeah, and Darklaw.
Oh yeah.
But I think he got through the Sandro with his Darklaw, if I remember.
Yeah, he did. No, there's no mages today. No one brought a mage.
Oh, that's really surprising. Because Nust was pretty common in the other parts of the tournament.
Yeah, but none of these were using low S though. Oh, actually no, one of them was. I forget who. Might have been Yotenka. Had a lowest. But today, no mage. I think Northern Lights Essie's going to hop in again. So, welcome back, man.
Okay, welcome back.
Yeah, how's everybody doing? What did I miss? Any good games?
Oh, yeah, I'd say so. We had a really close one with Viz. I'm not sure if you were watching that. He got knocked out in the first round in the end. We just watched Moonstalker versus Zaladar. And now we're watching... I don't know, have you got the client up and running? Watching the one we're watching?
I am up. Which game are you in?
We're in Sisyphos versus Yotenka. So that'd be A1 Sisyphos. So Sisyphos.
Yeah, I'm in.
We're about 5 minutes in, I'd say. So
I might catch up. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'll probably catch up because that's taking that time. Yeah, so no worries, she can easily catch up.
And
these are always great games to watch. Warriors versus Hunters, I think.
That's a good point. So they're both kind of by default weapon oriented, but Hunter's not necessarily going for the hero. Whereas Amber, pretty much, her plan is to go right at that hero.
Smack, 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 absolutely.
Yeah, but Sisyphos is running the Weevil-tipped crossbow, which is going to wear down weapons and armour, so that's a good call by him.
Yeah, I didn't see much... Well, I don't think I saw any game before with a crossbow. Now I know that I don't play many quick match games, but I didn't see any before. It's pretty nice. So I think that one of the other items which was mostly traveling for Bainbow was the Amulet of Conjuring, but I guess he made the correct call expecting no mages, and apparently no mages.
I play more mages, I think, than any other type of hero. I generally jump between Eladwin, Majaya, and sometimes I like to play Serena. Once in a while. I'm a mage main, I guess you could say.
Alright, well, yeah, no mages here today.
Well, it's okay. I forgive them.
It's really surprised me. I would have expected at least one person just bringing least to the match today.
It's like Majaya's fallen a bit. We hardly saw her in all of these regionals. There might have been 1 or 2 Majaya decks, 1 or 2 Grave Bones, no Rakers, 1 Nishaven, I think, from the same guy twice. A few Aladwin, mostly lowest.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because that Majaya's Shadow ability only does 3 damage, and there's so many high health allies out there now that it can make it pretty tough.
I think it's mostly because there's now more haste in the meta because of Trigon and the haste dice. I don't know what the.
Yeah, the Portal
the
Machia is falling out, yeah.
The Braxmorian soldier is much more popular, and so now there is not much. And Machia used to be always Portal, or at least most of the time it used to be Portal. And now with more Braxmorian around, Portal is just going to be a big tempo drain if you play turn 4 Portal and your opponent plays turn 5 Braxmorian soldier, and you're just going, why did I play my Portal and now I can't do anything? So I think that's more of a reason why Machia is around.
Well, I haven't even been playing Portal Machia. I've been playing just kind of a fire-based damage and getting that armor that draws a card when you deal fire damage and just kind of maintaining my hand.
Yeah, the Portal Machia was mostly Call of Crystals and Dark Prophecies meta. It really wasn't around for the Shattered Fates meta.
GDC, quick question for you. Is there any more balancing for Shattered Fates cards planned, or do you know if we're kind of near the end?
Yeah, there will be. World Championships is the great opportunity to see people hopefully bring their best stuff, and we can see if things are too popular or too strong, and then balance based on that. So yeah, there will be some card changes, and that'll probably be the last lot then, unless those changes prove to be so bad we have to do some more. You never really know, do you? It is a kind of delicate balance. So you change something thinking that tweak now will make it just right, and then something else rises up. So there'll definitely be at least one round, that's what I'll say. And on the chopping block, there's a few things. Actually, I think there's a few things on the buff block actually as well. Yeah.
Oh, that's nice.
We're having a meeting next week.
Yeah, there's a few changes that I personally would like to see, but I won't say it on stream. Maybe I'll have a private conversation with somebody about it.
Well, you can say it between games if you want. I'm open to talking between games. This one's so close, but look at that board.
I am at 13 health on Amber Rain, 14 on
you're
Rainbow.
You can probably hear Aldon's just been played.
Yeah, Aldon just came out. Yeah,
I'm
caught up with you guys.
Yeah. He's bouncing the SK.
Yeah, that's only delaying the inevitable because he's just...
Yeah, I know. That hurts when you have to retreat a Shadow Knight and give him more allies back in his hand.
He's got nothing else left. He might as well end turn, right? Don't know what else he can do. He can use his hero ability to achieve 0. Maybe he's thinking. He's free to use the time to think. No, over we go.
Well, maybe he was just finishing his turn. He forgot to hit end turn. I had that happen quite a few times. And then my opponent is like, aren't you done yet? I'm like, wait till I hit end turn. So it's happened before to me, but...
Yeah, it's happened to me a lot as well.
Sometimes it works in your advantage because it looks like you were thinking, but when you've got no cards in hand, it can't do anything. And
yeah, that might not be as impressive for your thought process. Like just be, what am I having for dinner soon?
Maybe he was feeding his cat.
I don't know.
You never know.
I can't see what Amber can do here to turn this round. Well, an enrage would slow things.
Well, Tidal Wave plus Enrage or something. Because even if all the allies die, then Rainbow still has his ability next turn. If he has Soul Seeker, then Ember is still dead.
And there's a Blood Frenzy, yeah, so I think this is game 2 to Sisyphos.
I wasn't aware that players were able to change decks between day 1 and 2.
Oh right, yeah, they're allowed to between day 1 and 2. It's locked within the day.
It has been posted.
So there we go then. Sisyphos won the second one. I quite fancy having a look to see how the other one's going. Maxi. BP Maxi. Not necessarily watching it, just...
It's BP Maxi 1230 for...
yeah. They're still in progress on game 2. I think it would be cool to watch Sisyphos again, see if this is a 3-0 or if it gets turned around. If I can spell it right. Sisyphos. Yes, we're going to watch BP Yotenka A1 Sisyphos again now to see if Amber has got any tricks that can turn it around. Sisyphos is known as the master of Bainbow, at least in my brain. So, Yotenka's up against it.
Yeah, I just saw a update from Nikos from the Twitch chat that they're still happy milling in game 2 of the Maxi versus Kalala match.
You just, as Amber, I really think you just need those perfect first 4 turns. I think to just get too much pressure on the board and take away the allies.
I haven't seen any Blade Dancers in this deck. Normally there's a Blade Dancer, isn't there?
There are Blade Dancers in this Amber. I think she saw some in round 1 from game 1 or 2 or something.
Yeah, I think she had one out that last game, but it died so quick that nobody noticed.
Yeah, I struggled to pay attention. I'm in though. I'm in this game. Jasmine has caught my attention, and Jasmine sleeps, so I'm awake now. We didn't get to talk about balance. We'll talk after this game.
That's okay.
Will there be a turn to Blade Dancer?
Gonna need it, I believe.
Because a Blade Dancer, then a Messenger or something. You probably want Blood Frenzy though, don't you?
Blade Dancer, Blood Frenzy, into the weapon.
Then a cripple, probably.
And then that's what she's gonna need to keep this going.
Alright, well I guess we'll see how it goes. Do you want to drop out for a second? Northern Lights, SE. I got a message saying you wanted to go and grab some food, so...
That was me, actually. So.
Oh, was it? Oh, yeah. Right. I was Mip. Okay, then. Mip's going to pop out. Okay, yeah. Right, Northern Lights SE, it's me and you then. Mip's getting some food. Okay.
You can drop out the SE, by the way. Just call me Northern Lights.
Alright, Northern Lights.
The SE is just for Shadow Era.
Oh, you do other stuff for other games?
So, yeah. Well, I just made the channel name, so it had
right.
the name in it.
Okay, Northern Lights it is. I'll remember that name.
Okay, well, it's certainly looking like in this game that Amber is not getting what she wants once again.
No, she's got the draw, but just had to play a Messenger. At least he can use the ability, I suppose.
Yeah, he's going to have to swap out something and try to get to this weapon next turn. Otherwise, it could be a good game here. And then, if she gets the Driller's Dream out, she can smack away this Death Mage and Crypt Blow the Krygon. But it really depends on what Sisyphus does here on his turn 4. He could be ready to just shut it down and bring the pain.
Yep, kill him off the ally, get some cards, buffing the DMT, which implies there might be some kind of other DMT in hand. Thinks if I lose it, doesn't matter.
Too. I would think that he's got one in hand as well.
Attacks for 1. Now Amber. Yeah, Amber depends heavily on getting a decent start. Unless you're running, say, the Dimension Ripper Amber, which can start, yanking cards and hurting the opponent with it.
It's kind of a crapshoot there. It really depends on what you lose and what you gain from your opponent. So now maybe she's going to buff the weapon and hit the Death Mage almost certainly, and then maybe put out another Fleetfoot or potentially an Aldon.
Yeah, the Eldon would die, but it would be a way to slow things down.
Yeah.
There you go, yeah, Eldon.
That's the one thing that a lot of people have been complaining about. I've been seeing on the forums is that Banebo just has too much board control.
I haven't seen that much about that. I've been looking in the right places, maybe. But he does have a lot of board control, yeah, with the Krygon, with the DMT, with the weapon, with the Gambit, with his ability.
And perfect shot, a lot of people were complaining about, because you can battle Banebo with the high health allies, but then perfect shot comes out, and it's just...
I don't think I've seen that today. It's not cropped up yet. It's kind of a risk running it, because you might not get to use it. 4 CC is quite expensive, and you can't usually play something else that turn. So, it is strong, though.
It is very strong.
That's all. Stop.
Oh, well, at least the Seductress has done something there. That's
Yeah, gonna bind somebody up here. He's gonna get rid of that Krygon.
Now, 4 to spend, that could lead to something decent.
Perhaps another Aldon. Oh, and then, yeah, that's good. He puts the Enrage out there. Kind of hits the reset button on the game.
It's fairly even.
I'm probably going to see a Soul Seeker out here. If he's got it in. Okay, crossbow as well. Yeah.
And a Krygon.
I know. Oh, boy. He's really up against it once again. Amber Rain is just... He's using everything he has to keep this board under control the best he can, but he just... Really, he's just hitting a wall every time.
Yeah, with five to spend. Well, I think 6 to spend now.
Couple of crippling blows, I feel, would be really good for him if he could. There's the first.
All of those allies, they kind of say, if you retreat me, I'm not going to care. The SK, the Rampant, Krygon, the DMT. We know that Yotenka's got some retreats. I think he might even have some roadless travels. All of them for bouncing or taking things out. But he's still got 23 cards in his deck. And I don't know if we've already seen one crippling blow. Probably not, because
I think that's the first this game.
Yeah.
Because it should be Death Mage and the Krygon, or his 2 cards in his graveyard there. Or wait, no, it's a Hunter's Gambit and a Krygon, because he bounced that Death Mage back to his hand with the Shadow Knight. And he picks up 2. Is he going to go up to 7 now? Or does he want to... He might want to go up to 7 now if he has King's Pride in hand and pop that out. And hope for... And maybe try to do a Jeweler's Dream into a Fleet-Footed Messenger on the next turn for him.
Without being able to attack twice, it's just not enough, is it, to slow down that onslaught? At least he knows his marksman won't get mind controlled if he plays one. So that's something. I'm surprised we haven't seen any Wrath of the Forest from Banebo.
Maybe that's true. That's usually kind of his main draw engine.
He's gone forestless. And He's got a Gambit instead, and I'm not sure what else.
Well, Gambits are great, but I would think running maybe 2 Wrath of the Forest and 3 Gambits for his card draw would be pretty standard in most Banebow decks. Did these players know who they were going to be up against?